Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah.
This is all hi?
This is that hi.
Okay.
Your party has been added to the conference.
Okay, are we all here?
After you join your conference, dial member sign.
Dr. Hora?
Yes.
Okay, and is Patty here?
Yes, I'm here.
And Denver and Jay and Ojai?
Jay and hi.
All right, then we are all set. All right, Dr. Hora, we started here this morning with discussing the theme, what is substance?
Yeah.
And the students here in the class had prepared themselves by reading the chapter in dialogue on substance.
Uh-huh.
And we discussed a variety of aspects of it, but mainly I think the theme or the sentence that you made in that chapter was interesting to us, which says that once we catch even a glimpse of this reality, which is substance, it can heal any problem.
Yes.
And of course, we also contrasted it with what is insubstantial and tried to get an understanding of both aspects. So I think we will start here now with some questions, and then we'll do as we usually do, make the round. Go to Ojai, and then we'll go to Denver and let them ask questions.
All right.
All right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, who wants to start here? Ready?
Dr. Hora,
Yes.
this is Betty. Recently, I've been put in a position to make some financial commitments to take on some financial obligations for the future, and I don't see the income. And one of my temptations was to be very careful and think that if I didn't have the income, I couldn't possibly make those commitments. However, they seem needed and they seem intelligent. Yet I remembered the story at the conference of the person that bought the expensive car because they thought that was how a metapsychiatry student would be driving, and it was an ignorant idea. And I'm kind of stuck. I think if I understand that God supplies all of my needs, it would be okay to make the commitments, but yet I don't quite understand that.
Well, Betty, what is crucial in such choices and situations is our motivation. If the right man does the wrong thing, or the wrong man does the right thing, then the right thing will work the wrong way. So whenever you are confronted with a certain choice to be made, or let's say, call it decision, you have to first scrutinize your motive very carefully. And if your motive is valid, then you can be confident that it will work out. Unfortunately, it requires radical sincerity to clearly admit to our motivation. For any kind of so-called decision or choice, the secret is to have clarified with radical sincerity what our motivation is.
I keep going back and forth on the decision, and I keep watching for PAGL, and I don't have a sense of PAGL either way.
Yeah, well, don't make a move without PAGL.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go around now, and is anybody here? Oh, let's go around now and go to Ojai. Are there any questions in Ojai?
There's not a question right now. Thank you.
As usual.
All right, in Denver. Patty?
Yes, Dr. Hora, we do have a question. In our time before the call, because, substance and relating that to healing, and then the thought came up, is thought substance? Could you explain that for us? Help us with that?
But the right cause is substance. The invalid cause, of course, is nothing.
That's helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. We turn back to Orange here. Stuart?
I don't have a question.
Oh. Michael? Okay. Jim?
I'm going to go with it for another day, maybe so.
All right.
Thank you.
Dr. Hora, this is Jim.
Hello, Jim.
Hello. There's a quote from you where it says, once we catch even a glimpse of this reality, it can heal any problem.
Yes.
I have read a lot of books on spiritual awakening, and many of them refer to a phenomenon of seeing the light.
Yes.
Do you have anything to say about that phenomenon in particular?
But seeing the light is realizing some aspects of the truth. And when we see the light, then suddenly an aspect, at least an aspect of the truth, has become real to us. And that always is followed by a healing. Because our illnesses and our problems are manifestations of invalid thoughts, or ignorance, or darkness, or mistaken beliefs, etc. So when you catch the light, the truth is the light. So you can talk about becoming aware of the right idea, of seeing the light, which means to understand something about that situation. So these are synonymous phrases used in various spiritual teachings. And they mean the same thing. The truth heals, but the truth has to be discerned, not just believed in, or accepted, or known about. It's easy to know about the truth, but it's not so easy to discern it in a meaningful way. And that's what we call seeing the light.
I see. There seems to be a tendency in literature to put a great deal of emphasis on the phenomena of light itself. That's just symbolic for an understanding. Is that correct?
Exactly, that's right. Yes.
I see the light. Thank you.
Yes, Stuart? We want to follow up once more here, Dr. Hora.
All right.
Good morning, Dr. Hora. This is Stuart.
Hello, Stuart.
I've been working with, understanding principle number 7. Nothing comes into experience uninvited.
Yes.
And the idea of karma, and maybe the idea I'm attempting to get clarification of this, that what's out is in and what's in is out. Kind of a different definition of oneself. And it's a very radical, transformative concept for me, and difficult to grasp, that the environment is meaningful and is appropriate to my level of consciousness, let's say. Could you shed some further understanding on that for me?
Your question is not quite clear to us. The environment, what did you say about the environment?
Well, that the environment is, what I'm trying to understand is principle number 7.
Yes.
Nothing
Right.
nothing comes into experience uninvited.
Yes.
That the environment would be what we typically define as other than self.
Other people.
Other people, other events, other things. But wouldn't that principle be that it covers quite a bit? I mean, that's rather inclusive. Is that true?
Well, in metapsychiatry, we view the word environment in a metaphysical way.
Mental.
And we speak about it as the mental climate. When the environment is not a material circumstance like being in a forest or in a building or in the field or at the railroad station. That is, of course, usually spoken of as environment. But in metapsychiatry, we think of environment in terms of the mental climate, which is the sum total of the quality of thought of individual beings surrounding us. If you have ever attended one of our meetings, one of our conferences, you may have noticed there is a special kind of environment there, and a very wholesome and joyous and loving mental climate, which everyone is appreciating very much. So that's what we call environment. And we are also part of that environment, and the quality of our thought either improves it or aggravates it. Now, and that this thought, sometimes they are spoken of as vibe,
Yes.
is vibe, then reverberate around us and also determine our experiences. So we say nothing comes into experience uninvited. So if our internal environment is unhealthy or invalid or hostile or jealous or malicious or rival, then they ricochet back to us from outside, and we experience it as in terms of either pleasant or unpleasant experiences. So that's why Jesus would say that the inside is outside and the outside is inside.
But wouldn't that go beyond just one's subjective experience and also relate to the phenomena or the appearance? The appearance, I'm thinking, would also conform according to that principle. Is that true? Can it be extended to that?
Appearance of what?
Physical environment.
Physical environment, let's say trees, flat tires.
First, of course, there is the story about a Zen monk when he became enlightened. He said, wherever I go, even the dead trees come alive. And that would be such
Environmentalist.
an example of a beneficial presence in the world, an individual whose consciousness is filled with love and joy, and the effect of the quality of his thought affects favorably even the material environment around him. Somebody told me that one morning he tried to start the car in a very bad mood and angry thought, and the car didn't start, and it seemed to have been defective. And so she waited a day, and next day she observed the car in a better consciousness. There was nothing wrong with the car.
Now, wouldn't one have to beware of magical thinking?
That you would have to really.
Or, because one might think they have some kind of mind power, but that isn't the way of seeing it
That's
appropriately.
not what method psychiatry teaches.
How, would you explain, Dr. Hora, how it teaches?
How we explain it?
Yes.
Well, again, in the car, there was nothing wrong with the car, but the experience of the car was determined by the quality of consciousness.
Ah.
And when the car was approached with a more wholesome consciousness, then the flawlessness could reveal itself. So medical thinking would say, well, your thoughts have fixed the car. If you have good thoughts, then the broken down car will get fixed. But that's not what we are saying. We are not talking about the condition of the car, but about the quality of experiencing the car. Is that clear?
Yes. Yes. So objects in metapsychiatry, cars, etc., are just representations of another of our experience. Or so.
No,
What
quality.
we are dealing with is an experience. We are not dealing with cars. We are not fixing cars. We seek to understand what determines our experience.
Thank you, Dr. Hora.
You're welcome.
Yes. There's another follow-up question here. Is it all right if we pursue this a little further?
Yeah,
Since we are on the subject of cars, there was somebody here who asked it already before in the hour some questions about it.
Dr. Hora, this is Margaret.
that's Margaret.
I've been experiencing car problems now that I look back, probably the last 15 years, but not the same car, the different cars. But recently, I believe it was in October, the timing bolt broke on my car, and I had my car towed in, and my favorite mechanic repaired it for me. And then approximately 2 months later, the bolt actually fell out. This time it didn't break off. And so I had it towed to the gas station again, and he repaired it for me. And then it happened one morning when I was driving to work on the freeway, and was going my normal 60 with huge trucks all around me, and the car just, fortunately it didn't stop, but it kept rolling. I didn't put my brakes on. But the timing bolt had broken again, and I took it back to my gas station, and he kind of threw up his hands in terms of what to do. And it took, fortunately, I've been able to use the car from work all this time, so I haven't had a problem getting around. But I was getting ready to actually buy a new car because I just couldn't take this breaking down business happening. And then I got a letter in the mail from GMAC saying that this was a problem that was indigenous to this particular car and that they would repair it for nothing, plus pay me back for any repairs up to that point. So it's taken me, I've had the car now back a week and a half, but it wasn't until yesterday that I was able to finally drive it to work because I felt so uncomfortable with it. And then this morning when I was driving here, the check engine light went on, and I just totally freak out when this happens because I see the car as my means of getting wherever I think I need to get. And then when you're talking this morning about flawlessness and the quality of our experiencing, I guess, our life with a car, I need some further clarification on this.
Well, in your talk, I have observed a minor detail which may be of importance.
Uh-huh.
I heard you say, my favorite mechanic fixed my car for me. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
How, what's wrong with this kind of talk?
Is it personalism?
That's right. What is a car?
You know, I'm not sure.
View.
Wheel. The book and compass is the wheel.
Jan said wheels.
The car is a means of transportation. And that's all it is. And the moment it becomes something else, then we're asking for trouble.
How would I understand then how I'm seeing the car?
Well, you revealed it as something very personal,
Uh-huh.
something that is here for you. It's just like your mechanic, your favorite mechanic. So whenever we see that things are here for us, rather than for God, we are here for God, God is not here for us, we are reasoning invalid, and we are likely to have frustrating experiences, because in this case, both the mechanic and the car have been seen in a self-confirmatory light. And you know, in psychiatry, we consider the difficulties in life as connected with self-confirmatory ideation.
Right. It seems odd to me how the things from which we suffer are manifested. For instance, the problem with the car. This has been going on for a long time.
Or maybe you've been self-confirmatory from way back.
Imagine that.
I think you're probably right, Dr. Hora. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, Margaret.
Dr. Hora, when we say things like my car and my favorite mechanics, maybe my children, is that indicating a certain perceptiveness?
Perceptiveness, did you say?
Yes.
Yes. That's self-confirmatory viewpoint
Uh-huh.
on everything concerning our life,
Uh-huh.
our being. We have to keep in mind that everything and everyone is here for God,
Yes.
whether they know it or not, and we must learn to view every aspect of our life in that context.
Uh-huh. So, by the way, I may mention that next week when we start a new course, Soul Existence,
Yes.
our first class is on that topic. self-confirmation, self-confirmatory ideation versus God-confirmatory ideation.
Okay, all right.
I'm just making a pitch for the class.
I noticed that.
Okay, well, let's go on to Ojai, and maybe there are some questions there now. Are you still on the line, Ojai?
Yes, we're here.
Okay.
Yes, Michael. Earlier you spoke of the difference between the discernment of the truth and the acceptance or believing in it. Yes. Is the activity of believing or accepting the truth and then acting upon it, that process which allows the discernment, the actual discernment of the truth to take place? Or is there another activity that takes place? Another activity that takes place? Yes. What do you mean? Well, the idea that it doesn't work to believe or accept the truth. I've just tried not to not do that. Well, I will work to discern the truth rather than just trying to work out or act upon what I believe and prove it. Yes. If you just reconcile yourself with acting on the basis of belief or information about the truth, the danger is that you become a religiously superstitious person. Because if things do work out, you will say, I believe in the truth and the truth has helped me. And in that case, the truth becomes a superstitious belief. Much of religious faith which is purely based on believing or accepting or knowing about God and the truth and behaving in certain accepted and expected ways is nothing else but becoming superstitious. And that's a very insecure way to live. So what would facilitate the discernment of the truth rather than just believing in it? So that's the radical difference between metapsychiatry and religion. Metapsychiatry is an epistemological method of truth realization. It helps us to realize the truth rather than just believe in it or hope that it's going to work. So we have the phenomenological method of clarifying experiences, and then we have the epistemological method of realizing the truth. In this respect, metapsychiatry is quite unique among all the varieties of schools of spiritual teaching. The phenomenological method for that part is the discernment that the experience is based on the entertainment of an invalid thought. That's right, sure. But then the epistemological method of truth realization, what is that based on? It is based on cognitive dialectic. Are you familiar with that concept? Yes. Yeah. In juxtaposition to what is invalid, the validity of the truth becomes discernible. Right now, that's not too clear. It seems like that I can know that 2 plus 2 is not 5. Yes.
that doesn't automatically allow me to see that it's 4.
No, it's that if you try the 4, then you will see that it works. And then you discover that indeed it is 4. That they, I believe that it might be 4, etc. Or if I'm a good boy, maybe it will work, right? Or if I perform certain ritualistic ceremony, maybe the god of mathematics will smile at me, and it will work. So that behold, it will work. So we speak to realize the truth.
So the discernment of the unpleasant or discordant experience is understood as to be the false idea of proving itself false.
Yeah.
And then recognizing or acknowledging that 4 is 4 and then applying it that demonstrates the truth.
That's right, and then we can see it. In juxtaposition to what it isn't. But in fact, then there was, yeah, that's right.
What was it say? Superstition.
Well, I'm aware of being superstitious, and I've thought that way since I was a child. So is it really superstition, or is it simply cause and effect thinking, and I just labeled it superstition?
Well, that's right.
Say, what is the healing of it?
You would like to be healed of superstitiousness?
Yes, I would.
Is that the idea?
Yes.
Well, you just explain it to your husband that what is needed is realizing the truth rather than just believing in it and hoping that it will work.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's move to Denver and see if there are any questions up there.
Dr. Hora, this is David. I realized we're going to have an automotive clinic earlier. It relates to me as well. I had problems with my car on the way over. Question is, there seems to be the issue of substance and its insubstantiality in the healing of our consciousness with the automobile. For instance, earlier you were talking about what I perceived was the automobile was perfect. It was just the lack of perfection in our consciousness about the experience. Is there any correlation between that? Is it something real that I'm picking up? Can you expand on that?
Well, if you are disturbed, emotionally disturbed, or very angry, or frightened, or distracted, then you cannot see the true condition of the car. But if you are in a PAGL consciousness, then you can see everything that you need to see in order for your experience to be harmonious and satisfactory.
Okay, I have a question in relationship to that.
Before you ask the question, let me tell you a story, otherwise I forget.
Okay.
Please do.
I heard of a man who ordered a motorcycle from Japan. And the motorcycle arrived in a crate. And he opens the crate, and the first thing that meets his eye was a sign, a slip of paper which said, "Before assembling motorcycle, obtain peace of mind."
Thank you. That was good.
All right, so what did I stop you from saying?
I think you just said it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah, we have a question up here. You come on up.
Dr. Hora, I saw a sign that's written on a mirror. It's on most mirrors on American cars, right-hand mirrors. It says objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Is there any truth to that?
Well, it deals with optics.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Is it a viable metaphor, though, for our experience and the illusion of optics?
Yes, certainly. But it's helpful to understand that you are looking in the mirror and you have to be aware of the fact that it's not exactly the way it is if you look at things directly. So it's a good reminder how to estimate the distance between your car and another car.
Yes, I understand the practical meaning of it. I thought it had metaphoric value, though, in terms of illusion experience and the way we sometimes misperceive the world.
And you could make a case for that.
You can also say God is closer than we think he is. Oh yeah, then come up, please.
Dr. Hora, this is Lynn. And when you were speaking a moment ago about discernment and realization, I began to feel frustrated as though that's something that I have to do that's a very difficult task. And at times, what seems to be helpful to me is to make statements about the truth, to acknowledge it, even though I don't see it clearly. How is that different from discernment?
Well, it's very bad to acknowledge, I guess you're speaking about the practice of affirmation, right? Taking affirmations about the truth.
Yes, yes.
Now, you can make affirmations in two ways. One is in a medical way, that if you recite certain positive words about the truth or God, then God will be pleased with your effort or acknowledgement. God will then feel very good because you are saying these words and will reward you for it. This is more often the case when affirmations are being used with a secret hope that God will be pleased if we say these nice words. Now then, of course, this is very childish. You can recognize it, I'm sure.
Yes, yes.
Now there's another way to make affirmation, namely, contemplatively, with a sincere desire that you might come to understand what you are saying. And that may be fruitful eventually, not right away. But this kind of affirmation is more contemplation rather than affirmation. In the expectancy of realizing the validity of what you are affirming. That could also be called prayer. Verbal prayer, contemplative meditation. Always in the hope of realizing the validity of the word which are being affirmed. So make sure that you are not trying to flutter up.
Thank you, Dr. Hora.
You're welcome.
Yeah, come up.
Dr. Hora, this is Georgiana.
Yes, Susanna.
I would like to understand a little bit more the idea of mastering spiritual ideas versus understanding them. And I had an experience recently where I was working on some spiritual study to deal with an issue, and in the middle of it, it occurred to me that I was doing this as a kind of an obligation. It was a good idea, but my heart wasn't in it. And later on, the idea came to me that for realization to occur, I really didn't need to study. I didn't have to read. I just had to be interested in the truth, and the truth would come to me without me doing that. And so shortly after that, I felt a mind shift occurring and a tremendous energy and elevation to a higher level of consciousness. And I guess what I'm asking is I'd like to understand that experience and the difference between mastering the ideas versus realizing them.
Yes. Well, of course, it is a very valid question and well taken. Very often, students of method psychiatry, when they think about truth realization, assume that they have to accomplish this through personal mental effort. Unfortunately, that doesn't work, because every little glimpse of the truth, every understanding, every realization comes to us by the grace of God. And what is needed is receptivity. And when we seek to realize the truth in meditation or prayer, what we are working on is our receptivity. As the Bible says, ye shall seek me, and ye shall find me, when you seek for me with all your heart. But there's another one, which eludes me right now, that, if you seek me, I shall surely find you. That's about what happened to you. You were seeking the truth, and the truth has found you.
Well, and I think maybe one of my observations, and Margaret's discussion helped bring it out, I think metapsychiatry maybe has been a personal endeavor, with a personal study. And what I was struggling with is, I guess, not wanting it to be personal anymore and it to be a study.
Yes.
A study that revealed itself to me rather than me revealing itself to the study.
Yes. It's a very subtle process, and it's easy to make a mistake in it, but it can always be clarified. And the importance of receptivity must be understood before the grace of God can reach us. But as long as there is self-confirmatory ideation, there is no possibility to be receptive. That's why it's so important to get beyond the self-confirmatory habits of thought.
Now, is PAGL then an indication we've gotten beyond the self-confirmatory thought, or is that an indication of healing?
It is both. Both. Because when we get beyond the self-confirmatory thought, there is PAGL, and there is already receptivity to healing. But then in the way is always the ego. Then when you think of mastering the truth, well, that is self-evidently, self-confirmatory, and power mad, right?
Yeah.
You don't cannot master anything. We can just study to understand what receptivity and gratitude is. And that opens the door for grace to reach our consciousness.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jordana.
Okay, we'll go to Ojai and give them a chance.
Dr. Hora, this is Gail.
That's Gail.
A burglary occurred at my house a couple of weeks ago, and among the items taken was some jewelry, which was old and which meant quite a bit to me. But that I came to see that mostly the items were things which were given to me by other people and seemed to represent love shown to me at various times. I've been working with the idea of jewelry as substance and as a symbol of the omnipresent good and love, and that the jewelry isn't the love itself, but was a representation of love.
Yes.
However, I seem to still harbor a secret thought that the jewelry will be found.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you could help me clarify that a little bit.
Clarify what? The secret door?
The thought that the jewelry will be found. And what occurred is it seems that there still needs to be a better understanding of what divine love is, and that I'm still holding on to the object
Yes.
as love.
But there is something more precious than the jewelry, namely the lesson of this experience. If you could look at it as an experience which contains within itself an important lesson for you, then first of all, you will be blessed by learning the lesson. Second of all, it is possible that the jewelry may be returned to you, because then you will be qualified to have it.
I see. Could you elaborate on
What could be the lesson in having this experience of loss of the jewelry?
I could come to see maybe the understanding that the jewelry in itself isn't the love.
Right? And the love which has been either shown you in the past cannot be stolen from you. Right?
Yes.
That the real substance is that generosity, that love, which was expressed by giving you the item. So you appreciate that love better than the jewelry itself. And then you will have learned a lesson about substance. The love is the substance.
I've been endeavoring to work with it, but it doesn't seem to have sunk in yet.
Well, just event it then, and learn a practice lesson. And that will be worth more than any jewelry. And when you find your peace about it, then you will have healed of this experience.
It seemed to occur that I don't really know much about divine love, and I've been endeavoring to work with that.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Is there something that would facilitate that understanding?
So what could be more important than awareness of love?
Nothing.
And the world's most expensive jewelry, if you would not be aware of love, you couldn't enjoy it, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So love is more important than jewelry. And it looks better on you too.
So you don't wear an investment.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dr. Hora.
you're welcome.
Okay. Yeah, Taylor? Yeah, Denver. Taylor here is concerned that Denver doesn't get a turn.
Taylor, easy.
Huh? Which Taylor?
Yeah,
Taylor Dunlin.
Duncan. Oh, hi, Taylor. Say something, Taylor.
Yeah, there is a John Taylor.
Oh, Taylor, brother.
Both Taylors are here, right.
I'm glad to know that.
Right. Who is in, is in Denver a question?
Yes, I have a question, and it's Dr. Hora. Dr. Hora, this is Patty.
Yes, that.
And from what they were saying in Ojai, I remember one time you made the statement that money is the shadow of love.
Yes.
So I was wondering if you could elaborate on that. I recognize the spirit is substance, and to not have love of money, but to have love of love.
Yes.
Could you talk on that for a moment?
Well, you see, the shadow always follows the substance. And if you are glowing with love, radiating love in your work, then you will find that the money will come in effortlessly in proportion to the outflow of your love. No matter in what area of activity you're involved in, all your successes and rewards, so to speak, will be in proportion to the outflow of your generosity and love.